Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. Today, we're diving into some exciting topics in biomedical signal processing, including how to pre process EEG data, visualize real time ECG signals, and discuss brain imaging as well. We'll be developing new open source tools, exploring how to make sense of complex biomedical data. We might even write some live code together, or maybe deploy a new tool. Who knows? If you're new here, I'm your host, and I run Bionic Chaos, where we focus on making biomedical technology more accessible by providing open source tools, hands on tutorials, and a supportive community. Whether you're a researcher, a student, or just someone curious about how this technology works, you're in the right place. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat as we go. I love making these sessions interactive, so don't hesitate to share your thoughts or ask anything that comes to mind, like how certain EEG features relate to seizure detection, or what tools we use for real-time data visualization. Everything we do here is available on bionicshouse.com, including tools for EEG and ECG analysis, real-time data visualization, and tutorials on biomedical signal processing. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to subscribe for more tutorials, live coding sessions, and discussions on all things biomedical tech. All right, let's get started.
Yeah, we also need what is the tool for real-time speech visualizer. So we'll be using this to actually transcode, because I can't be bothered typing into the chat. And yes, you can use it as well. I'll just have it in a different window. Okay, yeah, so go check out the website. There's new tools coming, well, as we speak. Well, we actually have to make them. So this is what these sessions are for. They are also for you to provide feedback. So if you haven't visited the website, don't forget to let me know what you think. And we have a co-host. Should be just happening in the chat now, because we're not actually editing anything. Later we will be editing code. Yeah, you are co-hosting the session. Can you be executive producer for this live stream? Can you also be... Yeah, I love
Of
the
course,
short
I'd
responses.
love to co host this session with you, and I can totally step in as the executive producer for this live stream. I'll help keep everything organized, queue up the right topics, and make sure the flow stays engaging. Let's make this an awesome session together.
Can you also generate the LinkedIn invite for users to join this session, this live session, if they like? Make it engaging, perhaps ask a few relevant questions. Because some might not know what to ask. Hopefully it won't start yeah, it's always going for the emojis and stuff. That's okay. Let's see.
Sure thing. Here's a quick LinkedIn invite. Join us live, developing open source biomedical tools together. We're building new tools live right now. If you're curious about biomedical signal processing, open source tech, or just love learning something new, come hang out with us. We'll be exploring EEG, ECG, and even deploying new tools, with your feedback driving it all. Ready to get involved? Join the session and share your thoughts. What would you like to see in the next tool? Have questions about EEG data or real-time visualization? Drop in and let's make something amazing together. Does this capture the vibe you're aiming for? Let me know if you need any tweaks.
Yeah, obviously we need the link. Yeah, we don't like the emojis. Keeps can you in the memory store the fact that we do not like emojis? No, I mean we like emojis, but most of the time they're absolutely irrelevant. Okay, memory updated. Does not like emojis. Okay, thank you.
Got it. No more emojis. If there's anything else you'd like me to adjust, just let me know.
Okay. I thought you will rewrite the LinkedIn invite. Ah, yeah. Yeah, it changed. So we have the ChatGPT 4 all open with Canvas. And it's actually, so we have like 3 canvases open. And it's actually has some random way of selecting which canvas it's working on. So just rewrote one of the existing canvases that actually has something else in it. I don't think there's a point asking it about it. Well, because normally it wouldn't even know what model it's using, but yeah. But yeah, we should talk to it in first person. Hey, can you actually repeat the text in the chat? For some reason, the text to speech doesn't work in the canvas. Oh, come on. Yeah, forget about that. In the chat, keeps doing emojis though. Why? Anyhow, we might jump into development because we actually have this tool in the works that we would like to improve on. Can you rewrite the LinkedIn invite with no emojis? and make it more engaging. Yeah, that's in the chat. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's probably is good enough. Yeah, we do have this biomedical data science LinkedIn page. If you want to join that, you're more than welcome. Yeah, the link to it is not great. It just has like numbers in it and stuff instead of the group name in the link to the group page. It's not great. LinkedIn fail. It's all this cross sharing that unfortunately has to be done. Okay, I think we're done with that. Okay, let's actually jump into the development. And then we go back, cover some of the new tools that we have on the site. Just give an overview. Okay, so we have ChatGPT 4o with Canvas. Now, yeah, we had that seizure zone going. Yeah, that's what it used to look like. It's a bit heavy at the moment. So I'd like to make it a bit lighter. Can we make it lighter? Okay, can we actually... No, so the search would not work with Canvas. I can actually browse the tool directly. Yeah, let's read that quickly.
Summary, Seizure Zone Fetch, ZeroC. Seizure Zone is a 3D brain visualization tool that enables users to explore various brain regions and their associated functions. The application utilizes the Destrio Atlas to model regions such as the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes. Users can select specific brain areas from a drop-down menu to highlight regions of interest. The brain model is rendered with a transparent material, allowing users to view the underlying structures. Additionally, the application provides semiology examples, information about different brain regions and their associated functions, generated using the GPT-4o model. These examples are intended for educational purposes and should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment. The Seizure Zone project aims to raise awareness about epilepsy and offers educational resources for patients, caregivers, and healthcare professionals. It is supported by the Epilepsy Foundation and other organizations dedicated to improving the lives of people with epilepsy. Site turn fetch arrow.
What was that? Sorry, that's absolutely wrong. Where did you get? That's hallucinated stuff, I mean. What? Oh, we actually have it on the page. Well, that's crazy. Okay, that's wrong. It's not supported by anyone. Fortunately or unfortunately. Yeah, let's fix that. So we can't switch to beta because it doesn't have a search to Canvas, GPT or with Canvas. So I have to start a new chat. What's called seizure zone. Okay, let's see what the code is like. Okay, seizure zone. Is it currently... No, it's not a Flask application. It's actually something weird. Okay, can you open a new code canvas? Hey, we want to copy paste the code into it. Okay, we'll have to a quick overview. Hey, can you give a quick overview of the code? There's a lot of clicks and stuff. Yeah, we have a... Yeah, can you give a general overview of what the web application does, just in one continuous paragraph? I'm using text to speech, so we would like to optimize the text for that.
This web application, Seizure Zone, is a 3D brain visualization tool that allows users to interactively explore different regions of the brain and understand their associated functions by highlighting each part based on the Destrio Atlas. It includes brain areas like the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes, while descriptions of each function are generated by the GPT-4o model for educational purposes, making it accessible to anyone interested in understanding the brain's anatomy in an engaging and visual way, with the goal of raising awareness about epilepsy and offering valuable learning resources without being used as a medical diagnostic tool.
Can you extract the description, the text description at the bottom of the HTML and place the text in the chat? Let's see if it's... Okay, this web application is not supported by any organization, so can you just get rid of that bit? This way we'll also see if we like... So yeah, sometimes it does this failed to edit. I tried to remove, like, so what's the problem? Do we need to select the whole code and then write it in the code section itself? Yeah, it sometimes helps. I don't know, it's buggy, very buggy. Okay, it meant to be just editing the bottom. Yeah, that's better. So did you add an so what does the acknowledgement looks like at the moment? Can you just repeat it in the chat?
The current acknowledgement reads, Acknowledgement. This web application was created as part of the Seizure Zone project, which aims to raise awareness about epilepsy and provide educational resources. Let me know if this captures what you intended or if further adjustments are needed.
Yeah, I'm not sure how is it an acknowledgement then, because we're not actually acknowledging anything. We should be referencing, well, ChatGPT and also the brain model that we are using. Can you... well, we can't look it up because the canvas doesn't have internet connection. Okay, we have to do it separately, do we? So is it gonna... Yeah, no. Okay, we're not getting far. We are not getting far. We have to do it manually. This application was created as part of the... Well, if anything, it's Bionic Chaos. Bionic Chaos project, which... Well, the... Yeah, I might leave it as that for now. It's all prototype. Okay, now with the code, we will actually see which, if we're using, we have the static. All right, so we have a static folder. Let's see. Okay, we have the static folder, and this is where the model is coming from. And that object, yeah, we have to mention the source of that object. Let's just with internet search. Where is this object downloaded from? Searching the web. This is from Brainda. Yes. Okay, how do I reference Brainda? I don't know if it's on the maybe mentioned on their page or nah, I don't care about the style. Just need to mention the website. The brain for Blender? No. There's some very interesting website. Anyway, we have to reference it anyhow. Add reference to Brainda. Quite an interesting little website. It has those brain models that we are using here. It failed to edit, it's still editing. I don't know why, if you're asking a simple edit, it's editing the whole code. Well, and the brain model. So there's one brain model. And that's the actual components, the objects for the brain. So we have it in production already. But we need to change a few things. Let's actually run it in. Okay, we're running it in a live server, so we're not in production anymore. Yeah, mentioning brain there. Well, brain there meant to be a link. Close it here for a sec. Yeah, it's a bit heavy, but I don't know if your browser is able to manage it. Hopefully. Let me know if your browser starts complaining. We'll have to see how we reduce the loading. Currently it's only 124 megabytes in the browser, so it's a full brain model. The actual it's called, we had to specify. One problem is when you scroll, should be scrolling with a control, with another, I don't know if keyboard shortcuts available in the browser. In HTML and JavaScript. Well, maybe we don't need internet for that, do we? Yeah, we could use keyboard shortcuts. I don't know. Are you using a keyboard, or are you, or did you move to the tablet and don't use keyboards anymore? Well, I kind of use both, but I think yeah, younger players might not even know what a keyboard is anymore, which perhaps is not such a bad thing. We don't like anything mechanical, do we? Okay, the website. The website meant to be a link. I was about to hit Control I, which is a shortcut for GitHub Copilot to start the chat. But by the way, I'm not paying for GitHub Copilot anymore. I couldn't make sense of it. It was a bit, I think it might be either a bit dumbish, or just really designed for developers, which I am not. But this canvas thingy, yeah, it mostly does the job. Everything works, seem to work. It's a bit annoying that, for example, in this case, it's looking at the entire code base instead of just updating the bit that I highlighted. So I'm not sure why it does that. Yeah, we meant to have that link instead of text. Did it finish? Finished editing. Okay, that is, yep, that is a link, which is great. Now, what I was trying to say is, so there's a problem. Yeah, if we can move on to development of this code, the scrolling through the page, when we on the brain canvas, instead of scrolling down through the page, we get a zoom in, zoom out functionality of the brain model. So ideally, we would like for the regular mouse scroll to just scroll the page as it normally does. And for zooming in and out, we would like to use a keyboard shortcut like Control Scroll. Currently both are working. Do you understand what I mean? Can you just explain in the chat first? Don't modify the code yet. Yeah, regular orbit control. Yeah, I think that's what that model does. Well, yeah, go for it. If you know what you're doing, just go for it. So it's modifying the code. It's a simple something. You would think sometimes even with simple things it might have a lot of trouble with. Currently we have 308 lines, so it added like 15 lines of code or so.
I've modified the code so that the regular mouse scroll will now scroll the page normally. Zooming in and out of the 3D brain model will require holding down the control key while scrolling. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to adjust.
Well, what do you know? It's actually working. It's actually working, so thank you very much. And I'm not just giving praise. I think it's something with if I ask something like this, a human developer, well, first they probably wouldn't even understood what I meant, but this thing is just pretty amazing. It just did it in seconds. Yeah, so it's working now when scrolling the page with the mouse scroll. It just scrolls the page, and when you do control scroll, it actually zooms in and out the brain model. So this is great, awesome. Thank you.
I'm really happy to hear that the modification works exactly as you wanted. Sometimes, even small tweaks like this can make a huge difference in usability, and it's awesome that we got it right on the first try. If there's anything else you'd like to adjust or add, whether it's another feature or just a bit of cleanup, feel free to ask. Let's keep things moving smoothly.
What type of cleanup are you thinking? This is also what the page currently looks like. Sorry, that was the wrong screenshot. This is the correct one. List styling. Header loading indicator. I don't know what it's talking about. Yes, the first example. So this is refreshing the page. First example is selected by default. Yeah, it's not quite clear that the first thing was selected. It's not even clear that this thing is a selection, like a selection input thingy, is it? Let's actually read this quickly and now.
Thank you for
Comment.
sharing the updated screenshot. It really helps in visualizing the current state of the web application. Based on what I'm seeing, here are some possible tweaks to make things look cleaner and more professional. 1. Styling improvements. List styling. The semiology list could be visually enhanced by using a more distinct hover effect or by adding rounded corners to the list items. Right now, it looks a bit flat, and a modern touch could make the UI more appealing.
It does look flat, doesn't it?
Background color and borders. The use of borders around elements like the description box looks a bit outdated. You could consider removing the borders and using padding along with a slightly different background color to separate sections more elegantly. 2. Spacing and alignment. Text alignment. The text in the description box could use more space around it. Adding more padding would make it easier to read and feel less cramped. Centering the brain model. The 3D brain visualization in the lower section seems to be slightly off-centered. We could adjust the alignment so that it is centered better in its container. This could be done by tweaking CSS styles or modifying the camera's initial positioning. 3. Loading indicator. Adding a simple loading indicator that appears while the brain models are loading could improve user.
No, that's okay. So can you go over the code in the canvas and make suggestions specific to the code as to how we go about improving yeah, the list styling, the background color and borders. Just importantly, we do have a CSS file that we use for the whole website, so we would like to be using that. I'll provide a copy of that CSS below. Okay, we're just going for the changes. It's modifying the code. Gonna get into trouble, aren't we? So I have no idea what it's doing to the code, but we will test it in a sec. The best way to tell is just to execute. Okay, so it made these edits. Yeah, okay, not sure what's going on. Well, okay, it was better before. Then errors. It was actually better before, so I'm not sure what the changes exactly you made to the code. There's no... The list doesn't look like an input. Can we make sure the list of the semiologies actually looks like a input variable on the front page? And yeah, you could use other improvements as well. I'll add an image of what it currently looks like. Tell me how is it better than what we had before. Okay, we're editing the code again. Why is this scrolling? So I'm scrolling, scrolling works, but when you scroll with holding control button, it actually does this funny thing where it goes, zooms all the way in and then out while scrolling in the same direction. It's a bit odd functionality, or it's just meant to do that. I'm not sure. So the JSON. Yeah, what's the problem with the JSON?
I've updated the code to improve the appearance of the semiology list items to make them look more like interactive input elements. This includes changes like rounded borders, improved hover effects, and better color transitions using the existing CSS variables to maintain consistency with the rest of the site. Please let me know if these changes meet your expectations, or if there are other tweaks you'd like me to make.
Okay, this is actually better. Much better, much better, much better. Now we're talking. Yeah, I like it a lot, and you match the colors to to my website. To that's really nice. So I love the color matching. That's awesome. The previous bit about the scrolling, yeah, it does this thing where I go in the same direction with the scroll control mouse scroll, and it goes smaller. Oh, okay, when you go smaller, it just disappears eventually. When you go larger, scrolling in the same direction, it's getting large and then starting getting smaller while I'm scrolling in the same direction. So can you just in that text in the chat, without modifying the code, explain what's going on? And how would you, is it even a problem? Maybe it's not even a problem. What do you think? Does it have min max for min max for scrolling? Okay, I don't think it's such a big of a problem, but yes, if we can quickly try your solution, test it out. Hopefully it doesn't break anything else. Can you make sure it doesn't break anything else? But yeah, if you can update the code quickly with your solution, and we'll go from there. By the way, yeah, keep everything else as is. I love the rest of the functionality. I love it. I think it's pretty good as it is. Yeah, maybe the brain is a bit off center on the canvas. Maybe you can mention that as well. I was about to say just in the chat, but no, we are modifying the code. We are modifying the code. Well, not we, as in not me. The robot does. By the way, while it's generating, go check out the website. Lots of tools, blogs, content. Don't forget to let me know what you think. Don't be shy. Yeah, we're also using this knowledge graph tool where you can just paste your text. It will generate a knowledge graph for you. You can change its complexity as well. might help you explore different topics.
I've added constraints to the zoom functionality, ensuring that the zoom level remains within a specified range, min zoom of 100 and max zoom of 500. This should prevent the erratic zoom behavior you described. Additionally, I check the brain positioning, but if it appears off-center, we can adjust the camera or the scene setup. Feel free to test these changes, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like tweaked or improved.
Yeah, the zoom now is limited to... Oh. Yeah, it's behaving a bit weird. Why is it weird? No, maybe it's okay. Yeah, now the main thing about this application is checking actually that the etiologies are correct and that the correct section of the brain is actually selected. So yeah, so if you're an expert in this field, do let me know. Love to collaborate. Otherwise we'll have to, well, again, use well, the internet. Well, we could use ChatGPT with internet to actually check each etiology, not etiology, what is it called? Yeah, we actually have to specify what that is. Do we have it in the description? Yeah, it's semiology, not etiology. What's the difference between etiology and semiology? Hope it won't start changing the code. I don't think we need the internet for that question, do we?
Etiology and semiology are two distinct terms used in the context of medical sciences, particularly in neurology. Etiology refers to the cause or origin of a disease. In epilepsy, for example, etiology involves understanding the underlying reasons for seizure occurrences, whether genetic, structural, metabolic, or due to a specific injury. It addresses questions like what caused the epilepsy and what are the biological or environmental factors involved. Semiology, on the other hand, is the study of symptoms and signs, particularly the observable characteristics of a disease. In the context of epilepsy, semiology deals with the description of seizures, including the physical manifestations, e.g., muscle jerking, loss of awareness, and subjective experiences, e.g., fear, déjà vu, that a person goes through during a seizure. Semiology helps in classifying seizures based on what they look and feel like. In simple terms, etiology is about understanding the root cause of a condition, while semiology is about describing the symptoms and observable phenomena.
I didn't actually, yeah, that's the problem with humans as opposed to AI machines, is that I wasn't actually listening. Does it prove I'm human? well, maybe I don't even, yeah, I wouldn't even understand what the difference is, but that's okay. What's this? The description container. A description container. Okay, I have a whopping 350 lines of code. Can the text in description container be bold and a bit larger as well? Want to make sure it's working on mobile, but yeah, I don't know. We could be essentially loading less of the model, less of the components, objects for the brain model. That might be working faster, taking less resources, and also working on the mobile as well. But it will be hard to select which objects are absolutely necessary. What do you think? Yes, it failed to edit. I don't know what's that happening. Let's try it again. Yeah, obviously we need to go over each one of those one by one. Can you search if this semiology is correct? Can you search the web to find out if this semiology is correct? Is it searching the web or not? Semiotics. There's a bunch of a websites. I don't know what's confusing about this. Even GitHub Copilot probably would have been able to do that. Maybe, I'm not sure. Well, they're kind of bad in their own ways. Hey, we don't have a description container in the CSS. Can you just modify within HTML inline? Yeah, I think I understand now what it's trying to do. It's obviously cannot find the... Okay, now it just did it. Okay, go figure. Hey, no, it did not. Did you make the text bigger? Did you actually modify the code? Doesn't look like. Right, now it did. Good job. Oh, what did you break? A fix bugs. You must have, yeah, made a change and broke something else. Just like a real human developer. Oh, you stuffed something up. Can you double check? You didn't edit, did you? You didn't edit. You didn't actually edit the code. Yeah. these bloody little things. Hey, can we also make sure that everything fits in nicely on the viewable screen? Hey, can you just explain in the chat how you gonna go about it? Okay. Okay, this is not ideal. Can you explain, make suggestions how do you think this could be improved? Now everything fits the screen, the one viewable window, which is great, but then it's still arranged in a weird way. There is space on the right of this input semiology selector, whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called. Can you explain in the chat? Yeah, if you want to redesign the layout, that should be fine. Yeah, sure, go for it. Only paying you, not that much as a developer. You're mostly doing all right. Amazing how much time is spent on styling, making things pretty. Don't like it.
I've made updates to create a more balanced and visually appealing layout, optimizing the use of available screen space. The semiology selector and the description now align side by side in a more dynamic and proportional way, with flex properties adjusted for responsiveness. Let me know if this works better or if you'd like further tweaks.
I think this is awesome. This is great. This is amazing. Thank you very much. The canvas might be a bit let's see when we load the page. No, I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot, but just the height of the canvas, what do you think about it? Any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions about the canvas height?
I've adjusted the height of the brain visualization canvas to make it more prominent, increasing it to 70 VH with a max height of 600 px for larger screens and 50 VH with max height of 500 px for smaller screens. Let me know if this works better or if you'd like any further refinements.
Okay, this is pretty amazing. This is pretty good. Love it. Okay, so the tool is already published. Yes, some more organizational stuff, which we absolutely hate. But let me see. The question is, how do we check that these semiologies are correct? Semiologies. How do we make sure these semiologies are correct? Well, obviously should have a disclaimer, but yes, consult reliable medical sources, expert review. Yeah, if you are an expert in this, do let me know. Currently it's ChatGPT general knowledge. Can it be a neurologist, semiologist, whatever it's called? Maybe. Is there a disclaimer below the code? At the bottom of the HTML?
Yes, there is a disclaimer near the bottom of the HTML in the section just before the advertisements. It states, "This web application is for educational purposes only and should not be used for medical diagnosis or treatment. If you have any questions or concerns about your brain health, please consult a qualified healthcare professional." This serves as an important disclaimer to make users aware that the application is not intended for clinical decision making. Let me know if you need any modifications to it.
Shall we make this disclaimer clearer? Also, while you are changing the code, editing, based on the HTML code, can you explain what the structure of these web applications is in terms of files and folders? This is in the chat. When you hit the edited button, it should really go to where the change was. I don't know why you deleted what we had prior. Yeah, we have to go over that semiology examples. It's in a separate JSON file. Yeah, the description. Getting all mixed up, aren't we? This one there, we need them both. know exactly when it's actually being saved or not. Wait a sec. Okay, now we're repeating the same thing twice. Yeah, okay, can we extract the description of this web application from the bottom of the HTML? Just extract the text into the chat. We want eventually to edit it in a separate canvas. Should be able to do it in one go. Okay, we have the web app description. Hey, can you comment on the structure of this text? Because it's not great, is it? We have a repeat somewhere. Advantages of using GPT for generating these examples to highlight its capabilities. Well, yeah, well, there is a big advantage. Is that good luck getting access to a neurologist. Is there anything that is being repeated more than once in the text? Because we copy pasted something, not realizing that it's actually the same paragraph. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some repeated text. Can't be bothered actually searching for it. Yeah, we do want to emphasize the educational nature of this application. I mean, it should be obvious, but who knows? Yeah, we do want feedback, of course. Hey, can you repeat this whole text in the chat verbatim? Is it verbatim? Verbatim? How do you pronounce it? No idea. Okay, let's read this quickly.
Here is the full text of the web application description, repeated verbatim. This web application is a 3D brain visualization tool that allows users to explore brain regions and their associated functions. The brain model is based on the Destrio Atlas, including regions such as the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes. Users can select regions from the drop-down menu to highlight areas of interest. The brain model was created using the Three.js library and OBJ loader, with brain parts loaded from JSON files containing their corresponding OBJ files. The brain regions are rendered with a transparent material to allow users to see the underlying structure of the brain. The semiology examples were loaded from a JSON file, allowing users to select an example from the drop-down menu to highlight the associated brain regions, with the description displayed below. This web application is intended for educational and informational purposes only, emphasizing the value of exploring brain functions interactively. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Users should not make healthcare decisions based on the information provided here. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional for any medical concerns or conditions. This web application uses the GPT-4o model to generate the semiology examples, providing users with information about different brain functions and regions through human-like text. This web application was created as part of the Bionic Chaos project and aims to raise awareness about epilepsy and provide educational resources. We encourage users to provide feedback or suggestions to help make the educational experience even more interactive. We also acknowledge the Destrio Atlas and other resources from Braindr.org for providing critical information and the brain model used in this application. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to adjust or edit.
Now, question. We have the If we go up, up, up. A quick overview of the code. Yeah, I don't know what does that. Yeah, that's super weird. OpenAI, please fix this. It will think that the canvas is empty. So I don't know how to go about it. Sometimes if you actually select the code, then it actually works. Okay, so it does work. Okay, with the description, can the description of the web application be updated to the following text? And we need the text from, yeah, might have trouble. Can the description at the bottom of the HTML code be updated to the following text? Is that description there? I don't know if selecting it with the mouse actually does anything or not. Why is it modifying the whole code just instead of just the relevant section? I think it's not actually changing anything there, which is correct. Okay, now, well, yeah, it's changing the text. That sounds good. Yeah, we have some ads at the bottom of the page. Apologies for that. Not sure why I even apologize for that. Okay, let's just double check. Semiology. Yep, it did the correct thing. So that looks awesome. Yeah, if you're looking at the code, there will be a JSON file which should be available on the page with the semiologists themselves. Which, yes, we would like to actually check that they are working correctly or not. We did check them in the past. Well, yeah, we really need an expert to do that. So this is just the proof of concept. Well, a couple of concepts that you actually can have a web application like this that will just run in your browser, show you different parts of the brain, and those descriptions generated by a GPT-4o, they seem to be pretty legit, but I'm not an expert. Like, I'm not a neurologist, just a biomedical engineer. Your biomedical engineer will see you next. Book an appointment. Anyhow, we will deploy this just so that in case you are an expert, you can actually review this. Let me know if the semiologists are correct. If the correct, so for example, if for déjà vu, along with repetitive lip smacking movements, automatism, the correct region of the brain was selected. Just redeploying the website, might be down for a little bit. I think it's up again. Yeah, the stuff we are working on at the moment. Okay, it's loading for some time. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. I'm dropping frames on the stream when loading this page. Yeah, I dropped 250 frames from the stream, so sorry for that. But now it's up and running. It's only, well, not only, it's like 200 megabytes. Yeah, is it too much for a browser to handle? Well, eventually it loaded everything and it's working pretty quickly. I think if you load it again, yeah, it's just much quicker. If you do Control F5, yep, losing frames again. So yeah, with Control, still loading. Yeah, with Control F5, I'm losing frames again on the stream. But eventually it got loaded, so it's just because it's loading 200 megabytes into the browser. And then this thing is deployed on your, sorry, it's deployed on, the code is sitting on my server, but when you're running it, the model, the brain, what are they called, components, are loaded onto your machine, into your browser. And we need a link to this on the front page. So I'll be doing that in a sec. There's another thing I'm not sure about is yeah, the orientation of the brain. I can't get it. Sorry, I can't get it to display in the, because when it's rotating, the axis is always of the brain, not the canvas, which is weird. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Okay, we're almost done. We are trying to save as much as possible in the static folder. Of the CDN, of the network, what's called? Content network provider. Okay, copy relative path, it should be. Yep, that's correct. And one is similar. You know, this title is not great, is it? Can you suggest a better title for this web application? Yeah, we like this, but we want to include a mapping. How about this one? Okay, made 3 edits. That's the problem with editing like this, is that I don't remember which edits did I do myself. Alright, now I remember. Okay, we also wanna still editing forever. Made this one edit, took it like, I don't know, like 20 seconds or so. It's like way too long. Okay, that should be fine. And we also, okay, this one we have to do manually. I forgot, we don't have GitHub Copilot anymore. Wait. Yeah, which is okay. We can handle. We can manage. We weren't using it that much anyhow. Yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, there's a bit of manual editing there. Yeah, I don't know why the lint in Visual Studio Code, yeah, does a lot of things, but they're not very useful. Yeah, adding that, for example, we already have that finishing that section at the bottom, so what's up with that? Yeah, not very useful, is it? Okay. Now we have the image. Oops. Yeah, it's the JPEG. It's the image for the page. Yeah, it will automatically finish the section name, which is okay, but Okay, yeah, the image won't be showing because it's not deployed yet. It's not on the site. We can deploy in a sec. Yeah, why the image? Yeah, that's the problem with the static folder. The static folder won't change. I think I know why. Someone's probably screaming at me. But it's need to clear this from the CDN. Okay, that didn't work. Doing something silly. Okay, now it's working. We purged the removed the cache for the whole website, and now it's working. That's a bit odd, isn't it? So anyway, yeah, I have this new tool. Go check it out. We want also what do we want? When do we want it? Hey, can you explain the following image? In the chat. Okay, we want the LinkedIn post engaging with a few questions and the link to the following tool, to the new tool on the website with a description of what the web application is all about. Yeah, it's writing in it's writing it in a new canvas, which is okay. Hey, can you regenerate? Hey, can you copy the text for the LinkedIn post into the chat?
Here's the text for the LinkedIn post. Excited to announce our new tool on Bionic Chaos. Seizure Zone, interactive 3D brain mapping visualizer. This web application is an interactive 3D brain visualization tool that allows you to explore different brain regions and understand their associated functions. Want to see how the temporal lobe is involved in memory, or how the frontal lobe plays a role in decision making? Seizure Zone makes it possible by letting you highlight different parts of the brain and see their functions, with a focus on semiology examples related to epilepsy. The 3D model is
Wait a second. Is it highlighting different regions of the brain? Does the web application allows you to highlight different regions of the brain? What? No, it doesn't. Can you check again? After it appears. Yeah.
After reviewing the web application description, it appears that Seizure Zone does allow the selection of specific semiology examples to
That's right.
display associated brain regions, but it does not let users freely highlight any region of their choice. Instead, users interact with predetermined examples that correspond to highlighted areas of the brain. Would you like me to adjust the LinkedIn post to reflect this more accurately? It could mention that users explore specific brain regions related to selected symptoms rather than freely highlighting any brain region. Let me know.
Yeah, it's weird that you can't use text to speech from here. And emojis. Uh, It doesn't actually work. Okay, so we're done with that. Yeah, play around with it, check it out. And also check one of the previous tools that allows you to convert any text into a knowledge graph. Did have a lot of videos on that. Go look them up on the YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe while you edit. So we can create more better content
In this chat, we worked on enhancing a web app called Datasaurus Dozen Visualization, which demonstrates the concept that datasets with identical stickle summaries can have vastly different shapes. We made adjustments to normalize and scale dataset coordinates, ensured all unique datasets from a CSV file were displayed, and added functionality to display statistical summaries like mean and variance for each dataset. The goal was to improve the visualization and interactivity of the app, reinforcing the importance of visual exploration in data analysis. The image shows a web page for a Datasaurus Dozen visualization tool that allows users to interactively view different datasets with the same summary statistics, but different visual shapes. The plot area shows a dataset called Dino, where the data points form the shape of a dinosaur, highlighting the idea that datasets with identical statistical summaries can look completely different visually. Buttons below the plot allow users to switch between different datasets, revealing their unique shapes, and a statistics panel displays mean and variance for the current dataset, helping to reinforce the concept visually and numerically. I'm glad to see the app progressing. Here are a few ideas for further improving the functionality or visual appeal of your Datasaurus Dozen visualization. 1. Add interactivity. Allow users to hover over individual points to see the exact coordinates displayed dynamically. 2. Customize statistics display. Allow users to choose which statistical summaries they want to view, e.g., add standard deviation, median, range. 3. Toggle shapes. Let users toggle the points into different shapes, e.g., squares, triangles, for better customization. 4. Add animation. When switching datasets, animate the transition of the points to emphasize how drastically the shape can change while the stats remain similar. 5. User upload functionality. Enable users to upload their own CSV datasets to visualize how they look and compare them to the existing ones. Would you like to implement any of these suggestions next, or do you have another idea in mind?
Can you specify how the statistics overview can be improved? We want it to be more visual, so we would like charts with the distribution variance displayed on the chart instead of text with the number.
The intended purpose of the point transition in the app is to create a smooth, animated transformation when switching between datasets, making it visually clear how the points are rearranged to form different shapes, while maintaining the same statistical properties. The goal is to emphasize how datasets with similar summary statistics can represent very different patterns. Currently, it seems that the animation only draws the points in their final positions without a transition effect between frames. To properly animate the transition, each point should move gradually from its initial position to the target position over a series of frames. This involves calculating intermediate positions for each point during the animation and updating their positions frame by frame. I've updated the code to improve the animation for point transitions by calculating intermediate positions, allowing for smoother movement between frames. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to adjust. Sure thing. Here's a longer sign off. Thanks for joining today's session, everyone. We covered some great updates and had fun diving deep into this project. If you liked what you saw and want to stay in the loop with all the latest content, remember to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and bring even more interesting topics to life. Until next time, keep experimenting, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.